Susie, and I hope everybody is doing well. I'm back with the Alpha Challenge again, winding down on the letters now. My letters this time are K and O, and so for those letters, what I decided I would do is use craft bags, use some of those oxides. I'm going to use this O-ring, and this is a Tim Holtz. I am going to do a couple of things with some little owl images. That's something I never do, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to use a couple little owl images and just do some little projects. So anyway, let's just get into this. Oh, and I will also be using some of this old linen. So there's another O. Okay, so I'm going to start with, I believe, the little owl projects. I wanted to show you, though, the digitals that I will be using for my craft bags. One of the bags will actually have a little journal when I finish it, the one without the oxide. And these images are absolutely really cute. Now, I have cut a lot of the pieces down to use them, but they are super cute. This here, I always copy mine on stained paper. But I wanted to kind of show you, if they were not copied on stained paper, they're still really nice, already aged look to them. So if you printed front and back, I don't know that you'd ever be able to tell that they weren't already printed on stained paper. So this is one of the images here on the stained paper, what it looks like. This isn't as defined, which I'm fine with that. It just looks like a sketch, you know, like they just were dabbing their paints to get started to me. So I'm very happy with those. I don't mind those at all. But now these prints did come from ChristinasCraftAttic. When I was printing these off, I just happened to notice one, and I was actually cutting it down for my bag, because this was what I wanted on the cover, and I noticed it had the markup on it. So I contacted Christina from her shop, and she got a hold of me immediately. Now, if you've ever done digitals, it's really easy. I mean, it is super easy to get your download and your markup confused. I thought, well, she'll just send me the file for the one that doesn't have the markup. Well, she got a hold of me right away, and what had happened is she had redone something or updated the version and accidentally deleted then the file that you download, so she didn't have it no longer. So she thanked me, and because, you know, future purchasers or buyers, you know, she had no idea that this was in her file. So she has taken this particular kit off. I don't know if by the time the video goes up that she will have it back up. But she's going to redo this page and get that kit back together. And so I don't know if, you know, like I said, by the time I get this video up, if she has that kit back up. But it's definitely worth going over and checking out her digitals. So, and I want you to know, she bent over backwards to make it right, and I did not think it was that big of a thing, because honestly, this is such an easy mistake. But now she bent over backwards to make it right, guys. So if you need a trustworthy shop, ChristinasCraftAttic is what it's called, and I will put that link in the description box. she will treat you right if something is wrong. So I have no doubt, because like I said, she just bent over backwards to make that right. And for me, it was just a really a simple thing to do. Like I said, if you've ever done digitals, you know how easy that would be to do. So, okay, so let's get into the projects, and I'm going to try to watch my time. I know the last video I did not watch the time, but I stayed within my 30 minutes, so I was very happy about that. When I got the video up and got it edited, it was within its time. So, okay, so what I want to start first is I've got these Tim Holtz tags. These are just his tags that come in the package, the distress tags, but you could use any tags. I was wanting to play a little bit, you know, with the oxides and things, and so I had got the more sturdier tags for that reason, and his tags in particular. So what I wanted to do, or my thought is, I wanted to make a little tag book to go in my glassine bag that I have spritzed with the oxide. Now, I did spritz this with the Vintage Photo oxide. It made it really soft. It's just unbelievable the difference in the feel once I have sprayed that. It's kind of when you take your distress ink, any type of distress ink, and rub it over your bag, it gives it a different feel. Well, this is a real soft feel is what it is. So anyway, it made it just completely have a different feel to it. So what I'm thinking is I want to just maybe use some, I'm going to actually stitch around these. I had planned to do that before I actually started the video, but I got busy, got distracted, and so I didn't get that done. I have been really busy lately trying to get me a recipe for my coffee stained papers. There is a certain darkness I am trying to achieve, and I just haven't got there yet. I've tried different coffees with a little coffee with my tea. My black tea I find works best. I've been ordering the Trader Joe's because I don't live close to one. I was in St. Louis, well, before the coronavirus got crazy, and I stopped at Trader Joe's and I picked up some black tea from them, and I love their black tea. Theirs is my favorite, and so I've just been ordering it online. You cannot order Trader Joe's online unless you live where you can go pick it up. So I have been having to order it off of eBay. So saves me a trip to St. Louis, which I would not go to St. Louis right now anyway with all the things that are going on. So thank goodness for eBay. That's all I can say. Amazon and eBay. Okay, so I'm just going to darken that up a bit, and I'm just going to do a light collage. I'm not really going to do a heavy collage on this envelope. So let's see here. I wanted some of that vintage lace. And that's probably what I'll end up doing with it, just giving it a little bit of a lacy look there like that. And that's basically going to be it. So I know that I want to stitch around that. Okay, and then what I want to do here is I have some of that old, and I don't even know if this will work. I'm just going to try it because it's so tattered and frail. I don't even know if I can sew on it, but I'm going to try. So what I want to do is I'm just going to put me some Fabri-Tac on my tag, because I want to make like a little booklet. That's kind of what I'm doing here. And so I'm just going to I'm just going to add that there. And because it's not going to be, I mean, it's just a little tag booklet. It's not going to be anything. Let's see. I don't think I can do that side. I'm going to have to do this side. Because of it just being a little tag booklet, it's not going to have very many pages in it. But anyway, I just need a little tiny spine actually. I just want to make sure I get my tags even so that, okay, so those tags are pretty much even. I'm just going to leave that all tattery and the way it looks there. I'll pull that down a bit. Okay, so I got to let that dry. I am going to go ahead and stitch around my owls, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the images sewn around, and I also let this dry, and I was able to sew in the little pages. So did real well. I was worried about that being so brittle that it wouldn't sew, but it did just fine. So okay, so what I want to do is go ahead and get this stuck down. All this old paper is really brittle. That's wanting to tear. It's German or something of that effect. Okay. And then I just wanted to put a little bit of this old lace. It's just all kind of curled up and what have you, but I think it just looks good. Just gives it a little extra something. I want it to stay curled up. Okay. Alright, so it just pretty simple. It probably could use a button or something, but that might be something I do later on. Alright, so really the only thing that I wanted to do was stick this down. I kind of wanted the contrast, so I didn't stain the tags, because I wanted it to kind of just be like dark and light. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to put a little bit of book page on this as well, just to kind of tie it together. Kind of see. Yeah, I may do that. Let's rip a little bit of that off. I'm trying to debate if I want to just keep that little 19 up there. Kind of like that. That looks all right to me. I may have to take a little bit of this here off. It's hanging over. I know that if it hangs over it will just absolutely break off. So okay, let's put a little bit of glue on that. Okay. And then get our little owl stuck down. Okay, yes, just like that. And then kind of what I was wanting is, because I just thought it would be kind of neat to have that real light manila color with the really dark kind of oxide coming through there. That is the plan, just to kind of have the light and the dark together. Okay, and I think I have some, this actually came in, we just had a swap over at Sophie's notes, and this I had laying on my table behind me. It had come in wrapped up on one of the packages, and I think I'm just going to use a little bit of that. Yeah, I think maybe I want to just staple it. That's what I think. Okay, see if I can catch my stapler here. Oops, I don't knock everything over in the process. Shorten the lengths of that a little bit. Okay, yeah, I like that. So okay, and that will just go right in our little bag. So there we go. There's our little owl booklet there, and I'm going to cut them off just a little bit shorter. There we go. Yeah, I like that. So I just like the way that looks. Okay, so there's that. And I'm going to have to move right along. Okay, so let's just clean up a little bit of this mess here. Okay, so let's I'll go to the oxide bag first, and I'm just going to, all I'm really going to do is just add this to the cover. I don't think I'm going to put, I may tie a sari silk or some of that old lace possibly there, but I'm not going to put too much on this bag other than the printable. So okay, and that's pretty much going to be it for that bag. I love the oxide. It leaves a grayish, I don't know, kind of blue grayish smoky look. It just has a really nice look to it. Okay, and I'm going to just tie a piece of this old tattered lace on there. But I just want to put a little, I'm not sure I can do a bow with it. It'll probably break when yeah, I'm afraid it will break. So what I will probably do, well, I'll just use this tag. I would probably put a tag in here. Just like that. And just let it drape down, and then have a to and a from here or something to that effect right there. Just that old tattered lace there, and that's just the extent of that bag. So all right, let's work on our plain bag. I'm not going to, I don't think I'm even going to grunge this up. I may after, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to leave it nice and clean and just put the ink around, you know, my pieces, which I have already done. So I know that this is the image I want. Now this is the one that will have the journal that will go inside. I have to make a cover for it yet, but I know that, you know, I'm basically going to be using some of Christina's printables for this one. I've got some of them already cut down and kind of how I'd use them, and then here are some pieces that I can actually use in the journal. So, but this will kind of be the journal. I will add some of the crinkly paper, I think. I think I'll attach, you know, pockets in there with the crinkly paper. So I'll just have to do a video on that when I get the journal done for this and the oxide gift bag. So anyway, that is the plan for the journal for this one. So what I think I'll do is I'm not going to put a whole lot on here. I thought I would just, I know I'm going to have the tag here, and I thought I would take a piece that's just a cut off from out of the kit, and I will probably stick it there. I'm going to go, this is like a light green, and I'm sure it's just from age. I don't know, that came off that little old bonnet. But I'm thinking I'm just going to kind of stick it down. I may bring this down a little more since my tag is going to be up here. I'll probably bring it something like that. I thought I would use a little piece of the Tim Holtz sewn snippets there, and I'm thinking, of course, when the tag isn't there, this is kind of what it would look like. Oh, I know what that is. That's a ribbon. It was a ribbon that was around there. I see the tie now. So it probably was a little green ribbon. I may go ahead and, I don't know, I'm trying to think, do I need to even this out a little bit and maybe put a little, I don't know. You know, do I need to put some of that on the tag maybe, just to kind of tie a little bit of it together. So anyway, I think that's how I'm going to put this. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all this down, and then we'll come back and use the O-ring and get our tag put on. Okay, so I've got the thing stuck down. I did happen to add a little red felt piece from the Tim Holtz snippet to kind of tie it in with this little snippet here. And then, of course, when I do the journal, I will probably add some more of the red with the black stitching there, some more of Tim Holtz red little sewn snippets. So what I thought I would do is, I have this little O-ring. I call it an O-ring. I'm not sure what it's called with Tim Holtz. I've had these for a while. I don't have the packaging to know what they're called. So anyway, I thought I would just pop that O-ring there on the handle of the bag. What I'm thinking is I may tie some of this really thin like twine or jute. I may tie that in through there. So I'm going to try it on the O-ring first, and if I don't like it on just the O-ring, well, yeah, I'll try it on the O-ring first, and if I don't like it on the O-ring, I will take it and put it through the other. Of course, you really can't tell that's not on the tag right there. So yeah, I think that looks fine. I kind of like that, so I'm just going to leave it. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. There are our 3 in 30, and then of course this will have my it will have my journal in it. It's just a, just the gift bag, craft gift bag. So anyway, I will share that, of course, on YouTube when I do get that completed, and probably at the same time I will have this completed here, and just show them at the same time. There's our little owl. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.